Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, continuing the quests for these gatherers and eventually the crafters as well. Let's do miners. So I believe I unlocked it off screen, but I'm still at the very start, basically. So just, I think, missing like the first quest, which maybe I can New Game Plus edit in? Anyway. Know thy land. Hello there, Arya. It is good to see you again. Judging by the blisters on your hands, it's plain you've been hard at it with your pickaxe. Good. You're ready for the next stage of your training. Eorzea is a vast realm with diverse environments, and her mineral wealth varies from region to region. Even within Thanalan, there's a marked difference between east and west. If you want to be a successful miner, it's essential that you know where to look for what. And for that, you have to become intimate with Eorzea. How else can you expect her to reveal her innermost secrets to you? Getting to know her every square malm is no small undertaking, of course, but the yalms soon add up, as I'm sure you'll find with my next task. I'd like you to seek out 10 bone chips for me. Don't just go to an NPC, but do just go to an NPC and buy them. Just so you don't go about it completely blind, here's a hint. You'll find these just beyond the gate of Nald. Off you go now, and happy digging. Or, you know, walk up to an alchemist NPC and be like, I want some bone chips. And they're like, okay. Remember there's 10 bone chips I want you to bring. Yes, precisely 10 bone chips. You've done well, Arya. No doubt you had trouble tracking these down at first. Yeah, but each chip you found added to your understanding. For your efforts, you've come to know where best to search for bone chips, and so it goes for everything else we mine. Now, in addition to learning where to find materials, you should also make a point of knowing who needs them. I don't know if I'm gonna worry too much about getting that first quest in here. I mean, it's small introductions, but like, yeah. Because like I said, I did a bunch of the unlocking for like everything but like Goldsmith off screen. Goldsmith, I think Fisher. Maybe I did Miner too. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Would have been in A Realm Reborn. That was so long ago. For instance, armorers and blacksmiths are our best customers when it comes to ores, while goldsmiths will struggle to ply their trade if we didn't supply them with gold and gems. Oh, and I mustn't forget the alchemists. Those fellows can never have too much rock salt and cinnabar, and we often rub shoulders with them. In short, know whence it comes and whither it goes. To be sure, you still have much and more to learn, and there's no substitute for hard work. Oh, don't look so glum. Just be thankful you didn't have to bleed and memorize all that information. You have a gathering log for such stuff. Make good use of it, and you can't go wrong. That's all for now. Keep up your efforts and visit me again when you've spent more time in the wilds with pickaxe in hand. I'll have another task for you when you've perfected your swing. For every 5th level you reach as a miner, you will gain the ability to detect higher level mineral deposits. When this occurs, any new items that are available through gathering will be added to your gathering log. You can use the Lay of the Land miner action to help you locate the nearest mineral deposits within your skill range. I am actually taking the 10 pieces. Yeah, we're doing it. The cutting edge. Ah, there she is, the rising star of the Miners Guild. Oh, don't be like that. I'm only teasing, which is not to say that it isn't true. The fact is, you've been working tirelessly, and you've improved more quickly than I could have hoped. Indeed, I think you're ready to handle a task in the name of the guild. As you probably know, we receive orders from various parties, but most come from Amajina and Sons Mineral Concern. The concern actually owns this hall, but they've gladly given us the loan on it. In return, they get first pick of guild talent to work their mines. On occasion, they send requests for us to procure less widely used minerals, commodities required in quantities too small to warrant anything beyond an ad hoc arrangement. One such request happens to have arrived just now, and I want you to take care of it, Arya. This time, the concern needs 10 pieces of obsidian, and I'd like you to procure them. You'll have the best luck searching around the hammers in Western Thanalan. Or the Marketboard. Remember, it's 10 pieces of obsidian we need. Yes, I did buy everything like I did with Fisher up until Stormblood, where I can't buy them anymore. 10 pieces of obsidian we need. You'll have the best luck searching around the hammers in West Donalon. Let's go. Oh, I actually did mine this one up. Aha, because I have 12. Oh, no, I might have bought it still. I don't remember. Oh, this is some fine obsidian. The concern will be well pleased. In case you're wondering, the spoils of your labor are bound for the Colosseum. I'm told there's to be an exhibition featuring ancient arms. One of these is the Makuhito, a wooden sword with shards of obsidian embedded in its edge. Before man learned to work metal, he worked various kinds of stone to craft blades for his weapons. Obsidian was among the most coveted thanks to its razor-sharp edge it could achieve. These days, of course, blades are commonly forged of steel, and obsidian has fallen out of favor. There's still folk out there willing to pay good coin for it, nevertheless. As an ambitious young miner, you do well to pay attention to such customers. Make the efforts to stay abreast of demand, and your efforts will be more richly rewarded. You continue to impress with your progress, Arya. It's past time you learned how to use a sledgehammer. It's a secondary tool we use in conjunction with the pickaxe. Thus equipped, you'll be able to break outcrops of bedrock and get the precious minerals within. Well, what are you waiting for? Go and find a rocky outcrop and give that sledgehammer of yours a swing. Just grab the bronze pieces. Getting in deep. Arya, I've been searching high and low for you. You have a visitor and no ordinary one at that. I speak of Deep Canyon, a vice form of Amagina and Son's mineral concern. Seems word of your sizable haul of obsidian has reached his ears, and now he wishes to meet with you. I can only speculate as to his intentions, I'm afraid. We haven't spoken much of late. Truth be told, I've scarcely seen him. You'd never know it, but we used to be close. Anyway, I suggest you go and see the man. Find out what he wants of you. He's waiting by the entrance. That's way over there. I guess I'll hit sprint. You must be Ariana. I've been waiting for you. I'm Deep Canyon Vice Foreman of the Concern. Must say you're not what I was expecting. I was sure Adalberta's newest protege would be Alan Megan, like every other miner this place produces these days. But I'll wager you're from even further afield, and that you're an adventurer? No offense, but in these parts, adventurers are known for being fickle buggers who break up ledges like the rest of us break up bread. Truth be told, I've always wondered whether you lot are actually good for Ul'dah. But it seems you're not like the others. It takes more than a job in miner to deliver an order from the Concern. I have a mind to assign you work. Real work. But before I do, I'm obliged to test you. I want you to procure 10 ounces of cinnabar for me. Do this, and we'll talk about more lucrative undertakings. Of course, a bit of cinnabar shouldn't pose much trouble for the guild's rising star, but 'tis but a formality. And speaking of formalities, be sure to tell the guild master about your little test. She's the one in charge around here, after all. I won't have it said that I'm undermining her authority. Also, cinnabar is available for NPCs. You can just buy it there. Test from Deep Canyon, you say? I thought as much. In case you didn't know, cinnabar is the mineral used to make quicksilver, and it's found in certain types of rock, and you invariably need a sledgehammer to get at it. Now, I don't mean to dampen your spirits, but contrary to what you were told, cinnabar isn't easy to find. In fact, it's known to elude even experienced miners, and here you are, tasked with procuring 10 ounces of the stuff. Safe to say, this test is no mere formality. I may not be able to help you dig, but I can point you in the right direction. Search just outside the Sunrise Gate. The rocky outcrops thereabouts are known to yield cinnabar. 10 ounces may sound like nothing, but take it from me, you'll have to work for everyone. This is a big task, Arya, but I believe you're equal to it. Back I go. Hey, bud. On 10 ounces of cinnabar, not one less. I'll make it quick. I've got other commissions that want seeing too. Yeah, shop selling price. 3 gil. So rare. Well, the full amount. Congratulations, Arya. You passed the test. Seems you've got even more potential than I've been led to believe. This guild's no place for a lass like At last, your talent? To make you my personal assistant, but sadly for you, the position's not open to adventurers. Why? Because concern only employs those whose roots are firmly planted in Ul'dah. Our nation knows much of its prosperity to mine and trade, but more and more we see outsiders grow bad off the knowledge of our forebears. Oh, I know full well that there are decent foreigners out there who give as much as they get, yourself for one, but ultimately what belongs to Ul'dah should stay in Ul'dah hands. Of course, the current guildmaster doesn't share our way of thinking, which is something I dare say we'll need to see about correcting before long. Might be as business is good, but 'tis better to be short-handed than to watch outsiders make off with our wealth. But we were talking about you, Arya. You've proven yourself capable, and the concern will have more work for you in the coming days. Depend on it. Before I go, here's some free advice from me. Pay more attention to your gear. What you wear and wield affects how well you work. Even a decent pair of gloves can make a world of difference. Take my word for it. These things cost money, just true, but what's the price of a pair of gloves compared to the untold wealth that lies out there waiting to be dug up? Bugger all, that's what. On that note, I'll be off. I don't doubt we'll meet again soon, assuming you stick with the trade long enough, that is. Starting gear grants bonuses to your gathering perception and GP values. Higher gathering rating improves your chances of obtaining an item. Greater perception raises the amount of items obtained, and additional GP increases your extracting stamina. Outfitting yourself with an eye to your objectives will increase the efficiency of your gathering endeavors. Also known as bronze pieces. Make me have to run all the way back, gosh. I know it's not that far. It's so far though. Old wisdom, new ways. Arya, I hear that you passed the Vice Foreman's test. Well done. I never doubted that you'd manage it, but I'm proud of you all the same. Tell me, did Deep Canyon have any words of advice for you by any chance? I see. In case you're wondering, the Vice Foreman used to be a miner himself, but more than that, he used to be my mentor. My father was a miner too, but he died in a cave-in when I was but a child. The guild's been a home to me since, and its members my family. I grew up here watching girls sing and dance on that very stage. I even joined them for a while. It seemed the best place to please my adopted family. I didn't want to become a miner back then, you see. After what happened to my father, I could scarcely face the thought of spending a moment underground, never mind a lifetime. Not that the stage suited me much better, which left what exactly? I haven't been surrounded by miners for as long as I could remember. I began to wonder if I had truly belonged with them. And belonged among them. Wow, reading. I even considered leaving. It was then that one of the guild's brightest and best took me by the hand and showed me the joys of mining. I speak, of course, of Deep Canyon. He taught me everything he knew, which is a great deal, and the more I learned of mining, the closer I felt to my father. I owe a lot to Deep Canyon, despite how things turned out. But I'm rambling. I meant only to tell you that the man knows what he's talking about, when it comes to mining at least. Now it's high time I taught you something. You are here to learn, after all. Concerns the Vice Foreman's advice to you. He speaks true. A miner who neglects his gear can't hope to work to his full potential. In the past, if you wanted to improve your gear, you had little choice but to replace it. But these days, we have materia. By your confused expression, I take it you're not familiar with the stuff. Well then, I reckon a lesson is in order. Simply put, materia is a kind of crystal that enhances the properties of equipment it's attached to. The attachment process is fairly simple, but that wasn't always the case. Time was. You needed substances called catalysts, and digging the stuff up once formed a healthy part of a miner's workday. Now, even though no one needs catalysts anymore, there's still educational merit in the gathering. To that end, I want you to try your hand at mining a variety of it, namely grade 1 carbonized matter. 15 fragments ought to do it. You'll have the best luck searching around the Vel checkpoint over middle of the Nastia. Oh, and you'll most definitely need your sledgehammer. So this is the one quest I could not prep in advance because you can no longer buy this stuff off the Marketboard, and you can only gather it when you have this quest on. I tried. I did like 3 loops ahead of time, being like, alright, yeah, I'll just get it ahead. No, you have to actually be on the quest. still not seeing it. I don't have the ability I want either. Oh, come on. Was I just getting unlucky? It's supposed to be around here. This is the right spot, right? Unless I'm crafting, gathering, spraying. Oh, yeah, that would be why. This was the spot for, this would be why I didn't get in advance. I went to the wrong spot! Wah! Okay, that one's actually on me. I guess I could have gotten in advance. So cancel everything I said that it was in the wrong spot. That was the one for botanist. Yeah. Oh look! Grade 1 carbonized matter. Huh, huh, huh. 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 Just do it this way. King's Yield. Yeah, it turns out it helps to be in the right spot. I guess I need. Okay, we'll turn off. Put gather, because I don't want to get a whole bunch of this stuff and just have to enter it. Oh, and I got a bunch of it anyway. I got extra. So it turns out I could have gotten in advance. I just had to go to the right spot. I was like looking at the map and I'm like, you're saying right here, right? No, you really weren't. How can you search for carbonized matter? Don't forget, it's 15 fragments I want. You went to the right area, right? Yeah. Yeah, I went to the one for botanist. Precisely 15 fragments of grade 1 carbonized matter. Well done, Arya. Now, I expect your king to learn about materia. Well, the first thing I should tell you is that it's not been around for long. In Eorzea, at least, knowledge of its use only came to our shore a few years back. Well, the process of enhancing equipment goes something like this. First, you take well-worn gear and extract materia from it. Don't ask me how. Then you take the materia and attach it to the item you want to enhance. And it's this procedure, known as melding, that once required a catalyst like the kind you brought me. I should mention at this point that the actual task of melding is something that only the disciples of the hands should attempt. That's weavers, goldsmiths, and so on. These people used to depend on the disciples of the land to supply them with catalysts. Then catalyst-free melding was discovered, and we lost not a small source of work. That's just progress for you, and I try to be happy for it. Now, this quest had to be rewritten, along with the botanist one, because of them not requiring the carbonized matter for material melding anymore. I think this Heavensward? It was Heavensward or Stormblood. Anyway. Now, there's various kinds of materia, each offering unique benefits. And as I'm sure you've guessed, some of them can be exceedingly useful to miners. It's these which I recommend you seek out. Once you found the materia you'd like, you just need to ask a friendly disciple of the hand to do the melding for you. I'm sure there's one among your acquaintances. Or yourself. Yourself works anyway, too. Water from stone. Arya, you couldn't have come at a better time. One of our number has been taken ill, you see, and I need someone to handle the work assigned to him. Tell me, are you familiar with effervescent water? Alchemists use it to make a substance called natron, and bakers use natron for leavening, that is, raising dough. Without it, there would be no ginger cookies, crumpets, blood currant tarts. As you may have gathered, I'm fond of the odd sweet Earth 3. Of course, effervescent water is good for making more than just baking. A lot of miners ask for a drop of it in their drinks. Makes the stronger stuff that bit more refreshing, see? And let me tell you, there's nothing better to wash away the dust of a hard day's mining. They didn't come here to hear my thoughts on food and drink. You came here to learn about mining, and so you shall, by procuring some effervescent water from me. The Alchemist Guild needs 15 bottles of the stuff, and urgently. They couldn't stress that enough. From what I can make out, they themselves are scrambling to fulfill an urgent order for Natron from the Bismarck and Limsa. It's one of Eorzea's finest restaurants, in case you didn't know. Anyway, you best get going. You'll need to work fast to make up for all the time I wasted chattering about sweets and grog. You'll have the best luck mining around Buscaron Scar over in the Black Shroud. 15 bottles of effervescent water, quick as you can. Remember, you're like to find it at Buscaron Scar over in Gridania's South Shroud. This one actually was mined up because you can't buy it. Right in the nick of time. My thanks, Arya. I'll see to it that these are sent over immediately. But before I do, I should probably expand a bit on what we were talking about earlier. Specifically, the part about mixing spirits with effervescent water. See, I wasn't lying when I told you a lot of folk find the combination refreshing. It is refreshing. In fact, adding in a bit of bubbly water makes stuff go down so easily, you have to be careful not to drink yourself under the table. I say it's partly for your own good, partly because the lad whose task you just took care of wasn't careful. Daft Saw threw up right where you're standing. Oh, but it didn't end there. He then slipped in his own puke and split his head open on the bar on his way down. Suffice it to say, he won't be working for a while. Thankfully, you took up the slack, and all is well with the guild once more. I could do with a few more like you, Arya. Keep up the good work, you hear? More silver pieces. Obsidian raised. So it's a level 30 now. Let's 4 more to go after this. Something. Arya, just the person I was about to send for. Just the person I was about to send for you. Okay, I was reading this one sentence. There's an order I want your help with, see? It comes from the Gladiators Guild via the Vice Foreman himself. You recall the time I had you procure obsidian? Well, this time I need you to find Wyvern obsidian, which is a good deal rarer. How rare, you ask? Let's just say I've handled stuff no more than a dozen times in my life. So yes, it'll be a bugger to find, but don't worry, you won't be working alone. It just so happens that one of your guildmates has volunteered for the task. Considering how difficult it's like to be, I've decided to have the two of you work together. Your partner's name is White Gully, and he's waiting for you on the far side of the stage. Go over and introduce yourself, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. Right along now. Oh, and good luck. Hello, White Gully. It must be Arya, the Guildmaster's pet. I've heard much and more about you. They tell me you've got talent. Trouble is, you're an adventurer, and anyone with an ounce of sense knows adventurers can't be trusted. Adalberta's sorely mistaken if she thinks you're any different. Likewise, she's sorely mistaken if she thinks I'm going to help you find 15 chunks of Wyvern obsidian. I'd sooner follow my own pickaxe and see you take the credit for my hard work. That said, I'm not about to risk getting kicked out of the guild for disobeying the direct order. Luckily, there's other ways to handle this. What do you say to a contest? It's not as good as cooperating, so long as the client gets what he wants. Adalberta won't have cause to complain, will she? So here's the deal. We mine for Wyvern obsidian separately, and whoever brings back the better haul, that's to say, the purer haul, is the winner. Simple, yes. Now, we both know I've been doing this a lot longer than you, and I won't have it said that I trounce a novice. So, to make this more interesting, I'll give you as long as you want. For all the good it'll do you. Oh, you can even go and talk to the client if you want. His name's Roger, and you'll find him outside the Gladiators Guild. Might be as he can tell you something useful. I am Roger. What can I do for you? Got yourself into a contest with White Gully, you say? Ugh, I don't envy you, miss. I don't know much about mining myself, but I do know that White Gully is good at his job. It can't be Deep Canyon Sun without knowing a thing or two about being a miner. Anyway, I have no idea whose idea this contest of yours was, but if it means I get goods of better quality, you won't hear any complaints from me. Now, you want to ask me about Wyvern obsidian, did you? Well, I'll tell you what little I know, but remember, I'm a gladiator, not a miner. Saying that, I haven't graced the bloodsands for a while. Took a nasty blow to the knee, you see. Rest assured, the fellow that dealt it got far worse. Anyway, I'm all mended and ready to make my return, and I want it to be glorious, something to be sung up by the bards. So I thought a shiny sword was in order, but there's nothing like a plum duck makuhito to draw a crowd. Why? Because it doesn't have a single piece of metal in it. A makuime, it don't as a rule. Not a speck of metal, but if you wield it right, the shards of wyvern obsidian embedded in the blade will cut armor like a hot knife through butter. But I'm rambling. You wanted to know where to find the stuff, not what I plan to do with it. I vaguely recall a conversation I had with a miner a while back when we were talking about makuhime. Oh, did I mention that's what you call more than one makuhito? Well, it is. Where was I? Yes, we were chatting about the makuhime, and the fellow said he previously dug up wyvern city around Thal's Rest by an eastern Thalon. That's all I know. Hope it helps. Now take it back to White Gully. What's the matter? Don't tell me you're having trouble finding a paltry 15 chunks of wyvern obsidian. Oh, managed to scrape together the required amount, did ya? Well, then let's see your size specimens just for the sake of formality. Bugger me! They're black as night. This is some of the purest stuff I've ever seen. How in the 7,000 you find these? You, a mere adventurer. Not to admit a bigger obsidian superior than mine. Well, it might be as you bested me on quality, but there's more to being a miner than that. You need to be able to give the client what he wants, when he wants it. In other words, you need speed. Without it, quality counts for naught. I was by far the faster man, so we'll call it a draw. But mark my words, I'll best you next time, both on speed and quality. I'll see to it the obsidian gets to Roger. In the meantime, why don't you go and tell the guildmaster all about it? I care not what you say. Where am I again? Over here? Okay. Arya, how do you find working with White Gully? What? He challenged you to a contest? As if the tasks weren't difficult enough? I'm terribly sorry, Arya. That was hardly fair of him. He's a born miner. What's that? You beat him? Truly? But he's one of the guild's very best. Well done, girl. He claimed he was faster, did he? Well, speed is important, but White Gully set the rules, and by those rules, you won fair and square. You've come a long way, Arya. A long way. You make me proud to be your mentor. At the same time, though, I must admit that the miner in me can't help feeling some envy. But it's that which keeps a veteran like me on my toes, lights a fire in my belly. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Keep doing what you're doing, Arya, and I'll do my damnedest to keep up. Keep up! Let's grab silver pieces. Level 35. Amethysts are forever. Good to see you again, Arya. You'll be pleased to know that Hrothgar was deeply impressed with the obsidian you got for him. More so than that, he was impressed that you bested White Gully in the contest. 'Tis no ordinary miner who can outdo the vice foreman's own son. Lest you wonder, I knew full well who White Gully's father was when I tried to pair you both up. I also know for a fact that he has his sights on my position. There's some who whisper in my ear that I should expel him from the guild, but I can't help but think that's short-sighted. After all, it's hardly a crime to want to be guildmaster. What's more, White Gully is a tremendously gifted miner, and I'm not in the business of punishing excellence. To be sure, I'm still better overall. I'm not above admitting there are certain areas in which he's more knowledgeable. I tell you this because you'll need to speak with him again for your next task. We've received an order for 20 raw amethysts, you see, and none among us know more about the stone than he does. Now, I realize you didn't exactly get off on the right foot with White Gully, but the two of you are guildmates, and guildmates help one another no matter the differences. Strolling on over, please, after humiliating me the other day. You've got some gall, adventurer. I know why you're here. I heard about the order for raw amethysts too. No doubt you're wondering where to find them, and you're after my hard-earned knowledge. Well, I'll gladly share it with you. Why so obliging, you ask? Because the knowledge ain't gonna be worth a damn to you, that's why. You'll find all the raw amethyst you can carry near the Hope Seed Pond over in Central Shroud. Problem has to do with the beasties inhabiting the place more than aught else. Lindworms, stropers, sprites. I hear even the jaded Jodie's made her home there. Even Roy Bond would have trouble taking a stroll through that neck of the woods, let alone a common adventurer playing a miner. I don't expect to see you back here with 20 hairs in your head, much less 20 of them stones. Well, kiss my butt. Actually, please don't. Finding raw amethyst near about Hope Seed Pond over in Central Shroud. Let's see how much you're willing to risk for 20 of them. Well, good story. Good news. We have them. Bugger me! You mine these amethysts? I can't believe it made past all the nasty creatures. Though, might be as the time I stopped being so surprised. You goddamn adventures come through more often than I care to admit. Anyway, it's one thing to find the amethyst, but do you even know aught about them? Their properties? What they represent? Thought not. Well, here's a free lesson. Amethysts are a Latin aspect to gemstones, prized as embodiments of calmness, decisiveness, and intuition. In coming back with such a large haul of them, it would seem you've got all these things. I might have been hasty to pass judgment. The more I see you work, the more I see why the Guildmaster's so fond of you. I never imagined an adventurer would give me my toughest competition. I was learn better than that, to take every adversary earnestly. It seems I'll have to redouble my efforts if I'm to secure my place as the best in the business. Don't you worry about the precious amethysts you brought. I'll see them safe to the guild stores. I look forward to our next contest, adventurer. That's when I'll drive the pickaxe home that I am the better miner. More silver pieces. And back to Adalberta for the level 40 quest to die for. Have you heard, Arya? The latest tally has you tied with White Gully as the guild's highest earner. You started as a novice with a rusty pickaxe, now you're one of our stoutest pillars. You've truly come a long way, my friend. I find myself turning to you more often for difficult orders, the bulk of which have been coming from Deep Canyon. As you should well know from past expeditions, these tend to entail going to dangerous locales. I'm loath to put my people in harm's way, but the concern owns us, in truth, if not in name. It'd be ill done to refuse a request, no matter how onerous. But just this once, I've a mind to do just that. I can't in good conscience order you to a wild place like Querthus merely for the sake of 20 pieces of jade. Aye, that's what Deep Canyon is requesting this time. If I have to send someone, you've rightly proven yourself the best candidate. But you should understand how risky the endeavor. Think long and hard before you do something we both regret. While you're mulling it over, though, I shall let you know that White Gully wanted the word. You'll find him in the usual place. Of course he wants a word. I take you've heard about the job, and I can tell from the look in your eyes that you're already on board with giving it a go. When you came back with the amethyst last time, I came to realize something. A true miner must be prepared to risk life and limb for his prize. Mining for jade at no less a place than Haldreth March in Mining for jade at no less a place than Haldreth March in Querthus would be the perfect way to put my conviction to the proof. Challenge you to another contest. First find 20 pieces of jade and deliver them to Adalberta is the winner. The superior miner by all objective measures. Okay, well, good news. I already have them. I understand why Gully is challenging you yet again. I know the temptation is to seek out victory whatever the cost, but winning isn't everything. You do what's right for you, Arya. Well, here you are. Why, the 12! This is the jade! Such fine samples too. Congratulations are in order. You've won the contest. By default, that is. White Gully never got his 20 pieces, you see. As he went about his work, he lowered his guard and was attacked by a fell fiend. His wounds were such that it was all he could do to run to safety. He's whole of body, if somewhat worse for wear. He's like to be out of action for a while. But that's not the worst of it. More than the wounds you can see, I worry for his state of mind. He saw you as a rival to surpass, but he ended up losing in a contest that he himself devised. That kind of disappointment is enough to break most people. Trust me. I know. But I pray that White Gully has the strength to get back on his feet and take up the pickaxe once more. Be ashamed to lose one so gifted. Let's return to the matter before us, though. I wasn't exaggerating about the quality of this jade. Its purity and strength allows you to see why it's thought of as the embodiment of immortality. Since ancient times, man has chosen to adorn his tools and garb with it, imbuing yourself with the everlasting is certainly an attractive notion. And no one is more aware of that tradition than White Gully. It's for that very reason I tend to create for him a gift of jade. The stone bears my hope that he will rise again, no matter how often the spinner might see fit to test him and bring him to his knees. Silver pieces. Gully, Eva was level 45. Arya, I was hoping you'd come by. I need your help with something. It concerns White Gully. He's recovered from the wounds suffered in Querthus and resumed his mining for the guild. Wonderful news to be sure, but one thing yet troubles me. You see, White Gully has been taking on far more tasks than a single man should. Some attribute his newfound fervor to the sting of losing that ill-conceived jade contest, but I suspect there's more to the tale. I tried to broach the subject with him, but he's as stubborn as an aurochs, insisting it's not but my imagination. But I know there's something, and where I failed, you might succeed. Strange as this may sound, you're the closest thing he has to a friend here. So I beg you, Arya, speak with White Gully and try to learn what ails him. Excuse me. Do what you can to ease his burdens. No doubt Adalberta sent you. She's been on me something fierce since I came back. But it doesn't matter why you're here, at whose request. The simple truth is I need your help. I've got a secret that would be sure to bring great shame on my family, but I need to tell someone, and I know that you're an honest sort. Legends at the concern have been tampered with, and I'm being credited for work I didn't do. I wasn't keen on believing it, but the culprit is my own father. I suspected something was off when I received my last evaluation. I know better than anyone what I do around here, and I wasn't working that much. I looked over the concern's records of its dealings with the guild, and sure as day I found some right damning evidence. Didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I never once said that I had a leg up in the guild because I'm the vice foreman's son. If I was to succeed, I wanted to be by my own hands. Learning that my old man was falsifying my accomplishments was like a punch to my gut. And that's why I've been working so feverishly of late. By fulfilling enough orders, I'm hoping to turn my father's lies into truth. But I'm taking on more jobs than I've got hands to juggle them with. So like I said, adventurer, I need your help. I'd say I'm swallowing my pride to ask you this, but I've got no pride left. What happens from here on out, I'm a miner first and foremost, and I just want to do my job. Right now, the order given me the biggest headache is one for 20 chunks of electrum ore. You can find the stuff south of Camp Bronze Lake over in Upper Lenosia. Please hurry, and thanks. Have you got the 20 chunks of electrum ore yet? Cause you forgot. In case you've forgotten, you'll find them south of Camp Bronze Lake over in Upper Lenosia. Please hurry. I have them already. Excuse me. I couldn't mine better ore myself. You've done me a great kindness. Gratitude rolls clearly off my lips, does it? Mayhap that's something that comes more natural with time. Twas only my pride that held it back before, and as I said, I've not of that left. I have to work harder than ever try that sentence again. I have to work harder than ever now to make my fictionalized accomplishments more than just ink on parchment. As of now, I'm a fraud, plain and simple. Not unlike this electrum, really. 'Tis impure stuff, gold mixed up with silver and other metals. What am I saying? That comparison ain't fair to electrum. At least this alloy is worth something. You see, when refined, electrum takes on an opulent whitish hue not seen in other metals. And there are certain things that can't be made without it, so it's prized by crafters. No, if I'm to liken myself to any metal, it'd have to be common brass. Stuff's pretty to look at when polished, but worth little unless. Ugh! I had dreams of being special, a one-of-a-kind type of miner everyone respected, but now I just... Enough of this brooding. I hate it myself as it is. No need to add being a whiny sop to my list of failings. You see my high today, Arya, and I'll find a way to repay the debt. Mark my words. We've upgraded to gold pieces. Canyon of Regret. Arya, thank the gods you're here. It's White Gully. He's gone and filed a complaint against his father to the concern, citing abuse of power. It's forced Deep Canyon into a difficult position, to say the least. And though the two of us haven't exactly seen eye to eye of late, I still owe the man a great debt. I would go to him and see what aid I could. Offer what aid I could, but he's like the spur to even get hooked. Good, I can't stop yawning. I think I'm getting hungry. I know full well how much I've already asked of you, but I would be eternally grateful if you'd lend Deep Canyon aid in my stead. To get started, it might be best as he would possess his son to inform on his own flesh and blood. Here are the guildmasters bidding again? Well, I see no reason not to tell you about the situation. You know most everything, any round. My old man was voicing dangerous jobs in the guild, forcing its members to risk life and limb for his own agenda. Then ain't the very definition of an abuse. I don't know what is. You yourself were on the receiving end of this, I'm sure you'll recall. Can or no, I couldn't stand by and watch my guildmates being used like pawns in this game. Someone to the concern's upper management filed a complaint. He hasn't said a word to me since, but I'd have to guess that he might be willing to speak with you. You've certainly done your fair share for the guild. He's out by the entrance right now, in case you want to hear his side of the story. Well, let's get out there. It's been some time, Arya. You're doubtless here as regards my son's accusations. Well, it's just as he claims. Now, this ain't gonna spare me what's coming, but I had a reason for my actions. Vengeance. I was supposed to become guild master of the Miners Guild. Everyone knew I had the best claim. Adalberta robbed me of the honor. Me, the man who taught her nigh everything she knows about her trade. She went behind my back and conspired with her predecessor. And then fancy who ended up being chosen to lead. By way of payback, ever since I became vice foreman, I've striven to make Adalberta's life harder than trying to mend with a dull pickaxe. But all those outrageous demands make her look incompetent. At the same time, I went about ensuring my son was well placed to take over as guildmaster. My plan was about to bear fruit too, till you came along and ruined it all by being my son's better. By your expression, I take it you're doubtful of the tale. Well, you only ask your dear guildmate, master. She can vouch for everything I've said. And drama. What? Deep Canyon believes I cheated out becoming guildmaster? That's not it at all. I never aspired to this position. God, I was only an Alamegan refugee, working as hard as I could to get by. I never even dreamed that I could rise as I did, and I suspected even less that it was the self-same dedication to my work that would lead me to being chosen. If I had known that accepting the mantle would tear us apart, lamenting the past won't avail us. I only know that I wouldn't be where I am without the man. I can't allow this misunderstanding to cost Deep Canyon everything. Simply couldn't bear it. I'm not sure there's aught we can still do for him at this point, but we must try. Listen, Weigel is the one who filed the complaint. If you were to throw your own weight behind some of my concerns, then maybe he could do something. Please, Arya, it would mean so much. Running around the circle, drama! Alberta wants to help my old man. Truth be told, it ain't my wish to see his career destroyed neither. I only want to teach him a lesson, make him know that he can't just use people for his own ends. Now the concern knows it's been taken out of my hands. In their eyes, my father's actions jeopardized relations with the Miners Guild, and nothing could be worse. So they've given him a test. If he is to remain vice foreman, he must prove at the inquest that he still has the confidence of the guild. And they ain't interested in no words. They want hard evidence. As I say, they're demanding that someone from the guild show them loyalty by going and digging up 3 of the toughest damn chunks of ore there is to find. Dark steel. Problem is, he's got no allies in the guild and don't like have his own behavior. Certainly don't qualify for the task, being his son, and Adalberta can't do it neither because she's the bleeding guild master. That's just how it works. This leaves you, Arya. We don't have much time before the inquest begins, so you'll have to hurry. I wasn't exaggerating before. Darksteel's elusive as all hells, located in the snowy reaches of Querithus and nowhere else. To actually find the stuff, you'll need to use your Truth of Mountains. Truth of Mountains technique to locate unspoiled mineral deposits. And God knows why, you'll just survive a night in the cold for the deposits to reveal themselves. Finally, you dig and you pray. Whether you have enough chunks of dark steel or take him to Adalberta, I'll make sure she knows what's going on. Use the technique Truth of Mountains to locate dark steel ore that appears in Querithus Central Highlands at 1 a.m. Eorzea time. Mine the required quantity and return to Adalberta as quickly as you are able. Well, the good news is, I already went at 1 a.m. to Querithus Central Highlands to mine dark steel ore. I didn't buy it because it was like 5,000 per. Well, I guess no one ever goes for it really anymore. White Gully's told me all about the situation, and be sure you bring in the dark steel ore as soon as you've got it. Now, I feel this bears mentioning, but regarding how to go about obtaining the ore, it may sound ridiculous, but it's exactly as White Gully says. You'll need the endurance to survive a night in Querithus, and the technique Truth of Mountains to locate unspoiled mineral deposits. 12 speed that you're away. Well... Incredible, Arya! Your talents are truly boundless. Hopefully these will suffice to spare Deep Canyon, but let's make haste to the inquest. White Gully is already on his way. Well, you did get a guild member to bring you... Did you get a guild member to bring you dark steel ore? Because make no mistake, Deep Canyon, if you came to this inquest empty-handed, we will end you. Time with concern will be just a memory. Well. We have the ore right here, procured by Arya Ariana of the Miners Guild. Well, be good, she's in line. This is dark steel and some of the finest I've ever seen. It's no ordinary miner can find dark steel, let alone stuff that looks this good. Seems your reputation is well earned. That said, we're hardly here to question your ability. Though I find myself wondering as to your motives. Why did he bring the ore? I know the same. Why stick your neck out for him? He's giving you nothing but trouble. 1 to 7, you ain't the bull, Adalberta. I don't need anyone's pity, yours least of all. I'm not here to give you my pity. I'm here to clear up the misunderstanding between us. Misunderstanding? Listen to me, Deep Canyon. I never wanted to become guildmaster. The responsibility was thrust upon me, and there was naught to be done for it. Gods, when my name was being bandied about for the position, my first instinct was to take myself out of consideration. I spoke to the guildmaster in private, as you say, but wasn't to connive against you. It was to give up my claim. You expect me to believe that? If I had truly betrayed you back then, why would I have bothered to come here? If that's true, then everything I've done by the 12 to take it so far. You didn't want to admit defeat, Father. Adalberta beat you out of her own merits. You knew this in your heart, but you refused to accept it. In your pride, you convinced yourself that she betrayed you. But by doing so, you only validated why you were passed over for Guildmaster in the first place. Please, Father, let go of the past. Accept that you were beaten, as I have with Arya, and let's start over. You You have it in you to do so, Deep Canyon, to begin anew. I know of your love for mining more than anyone. If you would be willing to try again, I promise you the guild's full cooperation. Full cooperation? Are you sure about this? I would leave the past where it belongs. In the past, the guild wants only to look forward and to continue working with the concern. Arya was the biggest victim of this whole affair, yet she is willing to give Deep Canyon another chance. She wouldn't have brought the dark steel or otherwise. My character looks so bright next to literally everyone else. It's kind of weird. Not so well and good, but what about you? Can you really forget everything he's done? I can. Above all else, I miss my old friend and mentor. To get him back, I would forgive much and more. But, Alberta. Well, I'm inclined to lay this matter to rest. Any objections, Sese? If you're satisfied, brother, then so am I. And it is settled, Vice Foreman Deep Canyon, by request of the Miners Guild, you shall retain your present office at Almagine & Sons Mineral Concern. Through hard work, I trust you will make amends for past transgressions. Seriously, I just look so bright compared to literally everyone else. Full glad that it's over, Arya. I would have a word with you in private. Would you mind returning to the guild with me? Just into another cutscene, fine. I asked you here so that I might thank you properly. Had you not been on hand to help, Deep Canyon's career would have ended prematurely and in disgrace. Worse, I might have lost my dear friend forever. I owe you a debt that I'll likely never be able to repay. But look at you. In no time at all, you've grown into a miner who can make the earth yield up even dark steel ore, the rarest of metals. There's nothing left for me to teach you. As an adventurer, you're like to find yourself in all corners of the realm, but wherever the road takes you, I want you to practice our craft for the good of all. Go well, Arya, and may your toils never go unrewarded. Let's grab a gold piece or 3. This concludes the minor quest for Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. In order to undertake the next series of quests, you must first meet the following requirements. You must have completed the main scenario quest before the dawn. Once you have done so, the next minor quest will be available from Adalberta. So yes, that is the mining Realm Reborn quest series minus the first quest, because I'd already done it, but it was not going to be much. Probably just NPC something. NPC father again, as usual. So, thank you for watching. I will probably get onto the Heavensward ones here soon enough. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!